We can't go to the phones. We had the Billy Bob Thornton thing that happened over a break, which is pretty amazing. He's a complete douchebag.
Is he?
He's one of these actors that is doing the band thing, and so he's being interviewed about the band thing. So obviously the people are like, well, we want to talk about other things. And he refused to answer any other questions except for yes, Sam.
Well, he wasn't even. They didn't even try to ask him just because they said things like, you know him as an actor, but his first love is actually music.
Right.
And apparently he was offended by that.
Billy Bob's a fucking... I thought that was a phony interview because the guy from Montreal was actually giving a very good interview.
Yeah.
Like, he was giving a real interview. He was talking about the music. He was talking to all band members. The other three snarky-looking douchebags, as well as Billy Bob. They look like Billy Bob friends. Three fucking guys that probably don't need the glasses they're wearing. They're probably not even prescription. They're like those fucking lens crafter. I look smarter in these glasses. And that phony bore.
You weren't listening earlier. You're going to see a lot of those glasses in about 40 minutes.
Oh, those are fucking... Oh, yeah. Those are awful.
Sam, that's another thing you got to do is count the designer glasses that these douches wear around here.
Okay.
Not by lenses. Or count by lenses and divide by 2.
Right.
Unless Sandy Duncan's here.
Count the pairs. Count the pair. Right. Very good.
So I think that I thought it was phony. I'm like, Billy Bob couldn't be this much of a deluded douche. He's got to be doing the fucking stupid, whatever his name is, Joaquin Phoenix
Joaquin Phoenix doing his his phony. I'm going crazy.
Wow.
So avant-garde.
He's interesting.
Yeah.
He's interesting. How about this? How about you just point at your fucking cleft lip nose and let people giggle? How about that, Joaquin? Stop trying to be dark and mysterious. You're not. No one gives it. Well, is he cracking up? What's going on with this guy?
He's in a bad spot because
douche.
Because now he realizes everyone's onto him. So now how is he going to spin it? Because he'll have some kind of weird spin to it now. You're not Borat.
He'll spin it by making another lousy movie.
Well, he is without the at. Fucking awful. And Billy Bob's interview, it was like he was trying too hard. He gave the same answer, like, the first answer he gave was like, well, I don't know what you mean by that. It's like, yes, you do. Mm-hmm. You do, unless you're fucking retarded. Unless you really are Carl from Sling Blade, you asshole.
Well, why don't we play a couple clips from this? Because a lot of people haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll...
My guitar is Bill Cox.
Members of the Boxmasters, Billy Bob Thornton, J.G. Andrew, Mike Butler, and Danny Baker here in Studio Q. Hello, boys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to have you here. 3 albums in the past year? That seems ambitious.
That's the ones that have been released.
We've
recorded about 5.
There's more.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys formed, Billy Bob, you guys formed only in the last couple of years, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How so?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, when did the band form?
I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, well, when did you guys first start playing together?
We started about 2 years ago.
What a dick.
What is he doing?
He's a phony.
Have you done shows
phony.
before this run?
It's phony.
It's a put on. He's just trying to be like...
I don't know what you... Really? When did the band form? What don't you know about that?
That's a dumb place to try to put in some wacky answer.
He's one of these fucking... he's just a fucking trying to make his band bigger and be intriguing, and the music probably stinks.
I'm still confused by this. So you think he's just putting this on for the hell of it, or is he really pissed off and now he's decided to be difficult?
No, I think he's putting it on because there's another question the guy asks where he goes, I don't know what you mean by that. And the guy kind of laughs or something, and then he switches tactics, and he's just trying to be like this obscure guy. Listen to it a little bit more. The next question, I think he does the same bullshit. Like he doesn't know what you mean. Really, you that confused, Billy Bob? Mm-hmm. Are you?
Have you done shows before this run with Willie Nelson before?
Yeah, we did a run last November and December for a few weeks with Willie in the States.
What do you learn from Willie Nelson, Billy Bob?
I've never met him.
Are you being ironic or are you being serious?
I don't really know him.
You've never met Willie Nelson?
Well, I said hello to him once. A nice guy.
Yeah. You guys don't really hang out on tour. You don't know what I mean.
No.
Why do I get the impression that you're going to answer with you don't know what I mean if I ask you things? So how is it that did Willie choose you guys to come on tour?
Poor
with him?
bastard.
Shit, I don't know.
Right.
See?
All right.
Just a douchebag.
We would have handled that
Oh,
differently.
without a doubt. Because the guy's giving him a real interview. He's asking him about the tour.
Yeah.
Right.
And Billy Bob's just a fucking baby.
This
what a
guy.
baby.
So he's just. I'm still confused. Did this guy piss? He didn't piss him off.
No, that was the
He just
beginning of the
decided
interview.
to do kind of a Joaquin Phoenix thing.
Yeah, I think he did. It seems really phony to me because the guy did nothing to justify a douchebag attitude.
Right.
The rest of the band were bores too. Self-important fucking bores.
Cares.
The guy was upbeat. He was being nice to them, and I never heard of them. No one gives a shit about their music, and this guy's giving them a real interview only because Billy Bob's in the band.
I
That's
say
the
we
only
hear a
reason.
little.
Huh?
Do we have any?
Yeah.
Any Billy Bob music?
Yeah, Travis is raising his finger.
I just want. I want to hear what this crap sounds like. I'm sure it's like.
Well, we'll play another track from the interview as they find that.
Travis has it. Travis has it.
Oh, all right. I can't see him. That's,
Okay, I know it's weird.
We need mirrors so you can look at like 3 reflections.
You hold up a mirror to Jimmy and I'll,
yeah.
All
I
right,
knew it
Billy
would be
Bob
this.
Thornton.
What year is this? Dime at a time.
Oh.
Wow.
You know what? For what it is, it's not bad.
Yeah, shit. If it's for shit, it's not
No,
bad.
it's not. I mean, none of us would buy this or
It's
download it or any of that
Old
crap.
school country.
Yeah, it's that twangy country crap.
It's country that was popular in the 50s and 60s.
Is that making a comeback, you think?
No.
His vocals sound a bit like Warren Zevon, too. Anyone hearing that?
The music
Little
is
Zevon?
fine. The music's fine, but his vocals, if he wasn't who he was, they would have get a better singer.
Wish his vocals sounded like Warren Zevon now.
All right. See.
His inspiration. Yeah. Play through it.
The best beat ever.
Bad drum fills.
Terrible.
You gotta play through it.
Can we?
Gotta play through it.
We have to have that as one of our music beds officially.
I
now.
reckon I do.
We have to come back from break with that every once in a while. I'm going to give the first instant feedback to Stephen S. from Bayshore. He
Wow,
writes,
as well he should.
Yeah, we should give him a little. Well, now I lost his feedback.
So he'll get nothing. Like it.
Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, the interviewer should have just said, "Get the fuck out."
Get the fuck out, you big retard.
Or the Billy Bob Thornton non-interview.
And that was true for you, Billy Bob, growing up? It was a sort of a combo of Stones and Monkees and Buck Owens?
I just liked baseball when I was a kid.
And you almost became a professional baseball player, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
But you didn't love music when you were a kid?
I was subscribed to a magazine called Famous Monsters of Filmland, which the publisher was a guy named Forrest J. Ackerman, who passed away recently.
Yeah, he's pulling.
It's phony. It's fucking
yeah.
bullshit.
Well, we're getting more.
It's so fake.
Oh, nonsense.
We're getting
wow,
more
he's
info on
different.
this, and actually, he's going to explain why he's upset in the next track.
Oh.
Do you remember what you were listening to musically when you were a kid?
They had a contest where you could build your own model, and it could be like a King Kong, or it could be anything from something that you created yourself to like one of the monsters that was actually in the in some of the magazines, like it could be Frankenstein all the way to Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, so that's now finally we're going to get into why he was doing what he was doing.
But does anybody smell how fucking phony and put on? Like, wow, he's what's he talking about? He's out there.
He lost it on a talk show. Did you hear? Did you hear?
The guy said, what kind of music did you listen to as a kid? What influences did you have? They're perfectly legitimate questions.
Of course.
And this asshole is acting like he's so spaced out, man.
He's reaching
He doesn't
for
get it.
Yeah, he's just reaching for anything that isn't the answer to the question.
Yeah, this is where he explains why he's upset.
And where's the music? Where's the music fit into that?
Music? No, it was a Monster magazine.
Right. But given that you seem to be quite passionate about music, I was wondering about your.
Would you say that to Tom Petty?
Would I say that he's passionate about music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Would you explain why it's not a hobby?
Would I explain why it's not a hobby? Are you reacting to the fact that I said?
Yeah, I am. Since you're instructed not to talk about shit like that, yeah, I am reacting to that. Yeah.
I wasn't instructed to. I'm not really instructed. You guys are here as a band. You're performing, but
the producer is instructed.
Right,
so, but somewhere along the way.
Because I mentioned that you were an actor.
Sorry, I forgot to mention it to you.
Because I mentioned that you were an actor and a screenwriter?
Well, first of all, that wasn't supposed to be mentioned either.
You would prefer me to only do this interview not mentioning at all, just to clarify,
that's correct,
at all that you've ever done anything in terms of acting, screenwriting.
That's correct.
Oh, get the fuck out of the studio.
He's just being
Get out.
And we said yes to Billy Bob Thornton.
That would be doing great.
No kidding, because we would have handled that a lot different.
Yeah.
Lee.
God, what a...
So basically, everyone's saying that because the host mentioned his film career and wasn't really talking to the rest of the band, Billy Bob just, didn't want to.
And when you have as many hits as Tom Petty, all right, then you might have a leg to stand on.
Right.
Tom Petty kind of had a few hits back in the 80s.
Right.
But he was being respectful, and he was talking to the rest of the band.
Yeah.
He was asking them questions, but then Bohr wasn't jumping in, so he went to him.
Right.
And you got to acknowledge the fact that it's Billy Bob Thornton. Of
course
you can't
do.
just, hey, by the way, this is what he's doing.
And who does he think he is? He's not in the studio because of this band.
No.
So take advantage of the fact that, you're this big famous movie star, and then maybe you get some exposure for the band.
That's what the guy should have said. He said,
Right.
do you even realize that you wouldn't have set foot in this studio if you weren't Billy Bob Thornton?
Know how many bands on that same level are trying to get in here, and we said no to because their music is just okay right now?
Yeah.
Billy Bob continues, or the host tries to explain here.
One of the reasons why you get attention is because of the career you've
All right, there you go.
right.
Bravo to him.
Well, great minds.
Bravo to him.
Think a lot.
That's exactly how it works. We the Bacon Brothers.
Yeah, it's another one.
Please.
Kevin Bacon and his brother
How many-
playing. Who cares? Who's booking the Bacon Brothers?
How many people are downloading the Bacon Brothers from iTunes?
All right, well.
But you'd have him in here. You'd say hi to Kevin, talk about a few movies, and go, all right, play your stupid song with your brother.
You wouldn't even want to talk about the movies. I'm not here to talk about that. Well, you know something? You're here because you have to talk about that.
Who did that to us?
Someone did. I just got that too.
I can't remember who.
Somebody pulled that.
Ludacris.
I'm not here to talk about that.
Well, there was whatever. Somebody will get it.
One of the reasons why you get attention is because of the career you've had.
We're not really new.
You're not?
Well, I've made 8 albums.
I know you've made a lot of them, but how long have the Boxmasters been together for?
I don't know.
A couple of years, maybe? So even the greatest bands in the world don't... I mean,
This douchebag wanted the host to know everything about his dumb band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of okay, hey, well, I didn't know you were a musician, and then you learn together. That's kind of the beauty of a radio show, right?
Just have the guy...
The guy's insulted that this guy doesn't know Billy Bob Thornton's band
He actually thought...
and the music he's done over the years.
Billy Bob thought this guy... that he was going to walk in, and this guy was going to go, hey, it's Billy... Not even the Billy Bob part.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Billy from this band, and just talk about the music and never acknowledge that Billy Bob Thornton's in your fucking studio.
Right.
Get out of here.
And if you did do that, you would lose a lot of listeners because, who's this dumb
who
Billy
cares
guy
about
in
this
his stupid
band?
band? Oh, it's Billy Bob Thornton? Well, now I got to listen to see what this is about.
Ugh.
I just don't believe it. I think it's phony. It sounds phony to me.
I would just talk about Astronaut Farmer. Pick one of his worst movies ever and just talk about that.
Didn't he do the remake of Bad News Bears, too, right?
That too.
That was horrendous.
And the Woodcocks.
Yeah. So, Mr. Woodcock, don't acknowledge him as Billy Bob Thornton. Just acknowledge him as Mr. Woodcock. Oh, would that piss him off?
world don't. I mean, part of the attention that you're getting is because of the great career you've had in other ways. What I'm explaining is I'm not trying to be insulting to your musical.
Well, what I'm explaining is we said to not talk about shit like that, and we also said
shit like your movies,
that we didn't want to hear anything about how this is my first love. You wouldn't say that to Tom Petty, would you? I understand music is your first love. Well, my first love was a chick named Lisa Cohn. You know what I mean?
What a douchebag.
Yeah, he's just being a douche.
He's not putting on an act. This is his real personality coming out. He's
And
an
you
asshole.
would say music is your first love to Tom Petty if you were interviewing him during Waterworld. Because he was in that.
Yes.
So you'd be like, wow, you're acting here, you're doing something, but music is your first love. Like, this guy is a fucking idiot in so many ways.
He's actually legitimizing Billy Bob as a musician, and this is what this is why actors don't do interviews, because most of them are just dullards.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, you're not a guy who just jumped on the music bandwagon late. You've always been really involved in music. He's actually legitimizing this asshole more than he should.
Yeah.
Right.
I should have thrown him out of the fucking studio. He should have said, you know what? You're being a dick. Get the fuck out of my studio.
Right.
Get out.
My show.
Finally, the last one. Thornton, well, let it just play out. This is this is what Billy Bob decided to do, because he was in a bad mood.
Billy Bob.
Okay, well, listen. You guys are going to play a song for us. What were you planning on playing?
The guys are going to do an instrumental version of a song called "Turn It Over," which is on this record that we have now.
Okay, you're not going to play.
Well, I'm a drummer.
And you don't have your drums here.
No, we don't cart those around at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. All right. Well, how about let's hear the instrumental version from the Boxmasters.
What a douchebag.
I'd be like, instrumental version? Yeah, you could do an acoustic version out on the sidewalk.
He decided he wasn't going to play. That host couldn't have been nicer.
Yeah, the
By
host
the way,
was
Billy
actually...
Bob's not the drummer. Is he?
I don't know.
The host should have just thrown them out of the fucking studio. But the host could not have been nicer. He was treating them professionally and respectfully. You know, it's like, that's why it was such a phony act to me.
Right.
Because the guy was doing nothing at all. And it was so obvious when he mentioned him as an actor. Then he went right into talking about music.
Yeah.
So
I pride myself in knowing, a little bit about music.
Okay.
I have no
Drummer.
fucking idea that he was the drummer. Does he sing in this band? I have no idea.
I bet
Does he sing?
I couldn't tell if... Oh, he does sing. And he plays drums?
So he decided he wasn't going to sing for this guy.
Wow, he's a regular Don Henley.
Dumb headset.
Oh,
God.
And I bet if you ever went and saw this band and asked him for an autograph, he would fucking blow you off so quickly.
I'm sure he would.
What about the rest of the guys? Weren't you going to ask them for autographs?
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me just because... shut up, you Billy Bob Thornton. Live with it. Oh, God. What a... Oof.
just a douchebag.
He really is.
Still like that Sling Blade movie.
Great
though.
actor. You look, that's the thing. Is a guy who can
Damn, I like that Sling Blade.
put together a movie that well is not that he's not that crazy. Like he doesn't. What do you mean? How long we've been together? It's a very simple question.
What was his second best movie? There's a good question.
Bad Santa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was an all right movie.
he did a few other ones too.
I might go with best.
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
That was shit.
That was a pile of shit.
Yeah. All right, why don't we
You ask me who I am. I'm not going to play no music, and I'll just be shut of you.